Hello, everyone. So I think we're on part 3 of the anxiety series that I have been kind of talking to you about, considering the state of the country and the world right now. So some just tips and tricks to help you when you are feeling that anxiety start to overwhelm you. So we talked about physical ways. We talked about ways to make you feel more contained so that it doesn't feel so overwhelming and physically in ways. So today I thought I would tell you a little bit or talk to you a little bit about how sometimes when we feel anxious, we almost feel out of our body. People say like out of body experiences. It's not like that. But when we disassociate, it is when we are not attached or to our body. It's very difficult to be present in the here and now when it kind of feels like we're sort of floating or our head is completely detached. One way that can be remedied or at least helped is grounding. I know that is a term that is used a lot these days, and I want to give you a clear idea of what that means. So grounding is when we can bring our attention and bring our mind, body, spirit, energy back into our body and not just kind of live up here in our head, which sometimes it's really hard to do. And one way to do that is physically touching the ground, which is what there is a lot of information coming out about now. And I know people are doing that with their babies, which is wonderful. But it's something that you can do too in a variety of ways. So one way is physically going outside and taking your shoes and socks off and just touching the ground, wiggling your toes in the dirt, or if you're near a beach in the sand, and that can be really wonderful. Granted, that's not wonderful for everyone. So there are other ways that you can ground that aren't necessarily like that. For instance, you can get some sort of heavy or weighted figure or statue, not too heavy, but just a little bit, and that will help bring your attention back into your body. It helps really, especially if you're meditating or even just sitting quietly with your eyes closed and listening to birds if you're outside, or just listening to your breathing. That can feel very grounding. Another way you can do it is sit on the ground. This can be in your house. It doesn't have to be outside, and just kind of pay attention to the contact that your seat and your legs are making with the floor. Some people do grounding by imagining that, they're kind of like a tree and there are roots coming from their feet and digging into the ground down to the center of the earth. Also a great grounding technique. So any way that you can bring your attention back into your body is helpful. It can help you stay present in the moment. It can take down anxiety. It can allow you to have more connection, things like that. So those are just some ideas. There's a million ways to do some grounding. So if you have any thoughts, questions, or comments, I want to hear about all the ways you ground. Additionally, if anxiety is something that you struggle with and you'd like a little extra support, I did write a digital book that I do have for sale on my website, which is www.ashleyerrico.com. And you can go over to the menu to the Ashley's Marketplace, and you should be able to find a whole bunch of tools, but specifically there is an anxiety workbook that you can kind of get some really good tools and things to work through, some self-reflection, and it lasts for a full 30 days. So each day you have a little bit of an activity to help kind of calm your system a little bit. All right, I hope that helps, and I will talk to you soon.